I've been watching this YouTuber, or I guess TikTok, whatever he is, but he recently came over to the platform YouTube as of this video, and his name is Horsemeet. Don't know what the story is behind the name, don't want to go there, but he has some really interesting and fun videos, and I decided to talk about this one because I hear a lot of people mentioning, oh, don't say these things to girls and don't say these things to girls, and when people follow certain advices like this, they still end up getting hurt. So let's look at his video. And the thing is, he's not wrong with a lot of things, but at the same time, he kind of is, or could be, and I'll tell you why.
Second video is things that you should never say to your girl. The first one is anything along the lines of, oh, my ex loved this song. I mean, you're fucked. Like,
obviously. Just understand, like, if she were to do that to you, how would you feel? Like, oh, this was my ex's favorite song. You would give her the look like, bitch, you need, I don't think this is gonna work out. Just bringing up your ex, unless it's relevant to the conversation and both of you are talking about your exes, stuff that hurt you in the past, because I've done that with my husband, and we talk about, our exes and just examples of people behavior, because that doesn't offend me if he's like, yeah, I was watching this movie with my ex, or, at the time, she introduced me to it. I'll tell him, yeah, my ex introduced me to this, because maybe it's not relevant to the conversation, but we're super open with each other about stuff like that. Even before we started dating, we were like testing each other out to see what our, I guess, thresholds were. So one thing I like is honesty. Even when it hurts, do not freaking lie to me, because then I know that if you are honest with me, I can trust you 100%, and I will give you my trust, and you can trust me, and blah, blah, blah. But there are ways to not bring up your ex. Like if you're in bed with the person and you're like, yeah, well, my ex used to do it like this while you're in bed, like that's just inappropriate. That's, if you wouldn't want her doing it to you, don't do it to her.
I don't know how you could make such a horrific mistake. Obviously you don't want to fuck or like want this girl to like you at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I think you said it because you want her to never talk to you again or something like that. The second one's pretty obvious. It's anything along the lines of chill out or relax, or I don't understand why you're so angry. Or maybe like, hey, can you calm down? And my girl's really angry about some shit. And I'm like, hey, babe, maybe, chill out. Start getting even more angry. I said that to my mom.
Yeah, the reason why that your girl is angry is because, like, I used to think it was annoying because girls would tell me, or guys, my guy friends would be like, yeah, girls don't like it when you say that. And I'm like, why? And then my husband did it to me when he was my boyfriend. He did it to me one time. And the reason why I got upset, hear me out. The reason why I got upset, he picked the fight. I was minding my business, playing my video games, doing whatever. I don't even remember what the fight was about, but he has this very high energy kind of thing. Look, he's Puerto Rican and he's Italian. From both those cultures, everyone's always freaking screaming. Like, that's just how we grew up. I grew up a more chill family, hoity-toity type of people. We don't scream at each other like that. So he's always on like 9,000 with his emotions sometimes. And he gets super angry like all the time, most of the time. He's a lot better than he was. But also, growing up in Brooklyn in a specific type of neighborhood, I guess that's just how he cultivated himself. Me not being used to that, it's like, bro, you come in my room, bust open my door, yelling at me for something that I didn't even do because you misplaced something. And you're getting triggered over you misplacing something, and so you're getting angry with me. So if you're coming in the room with that kind of energy, after a while, like, I used to cower because I was like extremely shy. I wasn't afraid of him, but I was kind of afraid. Like, I don't know. It's like, I'm not used to people yelling at me like that. So in order to like be on his level or to get it to stop, I would have to get angry because me being demure or shy like I usually am didn't work. So I would yell back. And then where I would get pissed is when I'm getting angry now, because now you just fucked my day. I'm in my mood. I'm in my video game world, just having fun. You come in with all this freaking high emotion energy. And then he has the nerve to be all like, okay, calm down. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you come in here not calm at all. And I'm giving you back the energy you gave me. And you're telling me to fucking calm down. Like, That's when I got mad. And I remember as I was losing my shit, remembering that quote with the boys, my guys saying, yeah, don't tell girls to calm down. Like, maybe this is why that happens. The other reason why girls might get upset is if they're venting. I will admit, girls will hate me for this, but we are more emotional. On average, we're more feely than guys are. It's natural because we are the life givers for children. We're more nurturing. It's just something built into most women. Notice I said most, not all. I know there's some freaking sociopaths out there. I'm not talking about you guys. But it is a nurturing thing. Guys will go out there and kill animals to eat and we'll be like, no, don't, they're so cute. Like, we get it, right? So we feel a lot more. And so when we are upset about something, especially something that you, the guys, have done, we tend to get a little emotional. Most girls will get emotional over something that you did wrong to hurt them. And when they're communicating to you, we're gonna sound like little birds, like we're gonna sound like that because we're upset. What you don't want is for us not to talk to you. Like if I bottle up and don't speak to you and give you the silent treatment, that's a bad thing. That's a really bad thing. Now I'm emotionally disconnecting from you because I can't even communicate with you. You can tell me how you're feeling when you're angry, but I can't do the same. So it's like, okay, in my mind, I'm like, all right, time to start cutting ties emotionally with this person. Snip, snip, snip. So when the girl is being emotional with you and she's telling you, you've really hurt me. I don't like when you do this. Or you've done something actually messed up and you know you have, or maybe it's not a big deal to you, but you clearly can see you've hurt her. Maybe you were talking with a girl and you were just completely ignoring her, which is really freaking rude. That's like breakup grounds right there because like, how would you feel if I was doing that with a guy? And she's telling you how she feels. She didn't embarrass you in front of your friends or the girl. She came to the side. She's like, I don't like how you treated me. And you're like doing that thing that some guys do. My husband's done it to me a few times where he rose eyes like, oh, and I'm like, that makes me more mad. Cause now I'm like, oh, really? Oh, so now you're catching a fucking attitude. Like, then you start, now it gets worse. And then, God forbid, you're like, calm down. It ain't that big of a deal. Nothing happened. Blah, blah, blah. Why you tripping? Blah, blah, blah. Now those are fighting words right there. Those are like, bro, I will fucking sever your clavicles. Like, you're not actually gonna hurt them, but I understand in that moment when you're venting and communicating to that person, it kind of feels like your partner is diminishing how you're feeling or how they've hurt you when they do that. So that's why. Now, I think where it is applicable to tell a girl to calm down is when you're in a situation, when you're outside, and not even then, there's a way to do it. You're in a situation where she's acting out of sorts. First of all, don't be with someone like this because they will get you into trouble and you will go to jail. But if she's trying to fight with someone on the road and she's embarrassing you, trying to fight with this other woman, and you're like, babe, come on. No, don't tell her calm down because don't do it to a guy either if you're with him because that embarrasses, because testosterone's high. That's embarrassing to him. His girl will be like, calm down in front of the other dude that he probably wants to fight. It makes him look like an idiot, even though he already is doing that by himself. But don't say calm down, but just be like, I love you, try to pull them away. Pulling the person away is easier. That's a great way to calm them down. As someone mentioned in the comments of this guy's video, who's like telling someone to calm down when they're upset is like throwing more gasoline on the fire. I don't know why that triggers us when we do that, but it just does. Because it's like, okay, I'm feeling this way. Calm down. Just flip a switch, bro. You'll be fine. Like, if I could, I would. I'm upset, clearly. Like, it's just stupid. So yeah, don't ever say that. That's good advice. And this goes for guys too. Like, girls towards guys.
Or no, I didn't say fucking. I was like, Mom, please relax. She was like, relax. Don't you ever fucking tell me to relax. Oh, and if you call your girl a bitch and she has any self-respect, I'd probably say, she probably beats you. Don't fight back. It'll only make it worse. I saw this one dude, his girl, he was like, shut up, bitch. And she's like, oh, word? Mm-mm. And she like walked away and he thought she just was like leaving. So he turns around. She came back with like this was in school. It was a chair. Boom! Right over the back of the head. I don't remember if he was unconscious or, but I remember the teachers were coming.
Okay, that's assault. I get it. A simple slap to the face. I wouldn't even say you should hit anyone, but if he does that, if he disrespects you like that, especially if it's embarrassing, I could understand maybe in that situation you slapping him. Like, bro, no, you did not just disrespect me like that in front of everybody. I could see that because I've seen like olden day movies and these women will slap the guys. That was like a common thing back then. It still is in Asian countries, in some Asian countries. Me, I would just walk away. I would just like, excuse me? Okay, we're done. I'm not gonna let somebody saying words to me make me assault them unless they're up in my face and cornering me physically. That's the only time I got into an altercation with my ex where we were physically fighting. And I almost freaking died because he almost killed me, but then the sex was fucking fire afterwards. But that's like very toxic. That was a very bad situation, and that is the only time I've actually put a closed fist on someone I was with because I was cornered and he was in my face yelling down at me. He's much bigger than me and I'm trying to get out of his room. And that's like the only time I can say, okay, you're not backing up. I told you lots of times, stop cornering me, punch. And of course, my punch did nothing. But yeah, I wouldn't say in other situations, if somebody's just being an asshole to you, don't assault them. I mean, I guess it depends on the kind of relationship you guys have. You're all into that, then I guess. I'm not of the person that, I'm not of the mind that words should drive you to physically assaulting someone. If you allow words to make you do that, then you don't have control over yourself. You're not a true functioning adult. Because anybody can say words to you, mean things to you, and you're just gonna go out and assault everybody who's mean to you or insults you. You're gonna go to jail. Or you're gonna get your ass beat.
Coming in, like the security guard. She's like, don't you ever fucking tell me that shit. Don't ever call me a bitch. And they dragged her out. It's attempted murder, but, you know, hey, whatever. Your girl shows you a picture of a bad girl on Instagram or like a celebrity that doesn't look like her in any way, like the opposite archetype. Like, you know when you choose like a character type on like 2K or a video game, your girl is an archetype. If she shows you a picture of the opposite archetype as her, don't like, and so she turns her phone, right? Baddest girl you've ever seen. Obviously like a supermodel. This is the baddest girl you've ever seen, right? Be like, nah, I don't think she's attractive at all, actually. You know, I actually think she's very unattractive.
I don't know if he's just being cheeky here, but this is horrible advice. Sorry, Mr. Horsemeet, but listen, I've shown my partner hot girls because I'll see a girl and I'm like, damn, her ass though. Like, I'm straight, but I can admire when someone, because I have no ass. I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed to say I don't. My ass is freaking flat. Like, I wish I did. I wish I had a nicely bubbled, you know, but I see women like that or dudes, and I'm like, but especially on women, and I see that ass, and I'm like, damn, I want to bite that. I know that's inappropriate. I wouldn't do it in real life, but even in real life, I have looked at, why is my mouth salivating? The fuck? Like, that's just weird, bro. I swear to God, I don't know what that was. I think I was thinking of bubblegum or something. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, I can appreciate when there is a nicely filled figure of ass cheeks. Like, I love it. The jiggle physic, there's just something tantalizing about, there goes my mouth again. I don't know what it is. Bizarre. Anyway, if I go, I'll show my husband that, because I gotta share this with someone, because I mean, you know? So I'm like, look at her ass, babe. Isn't that ass freaking tight? And he's like, I've seen better. I'm like, what are you talking about? Look at the fuck? Well, look at her. And I'll get so angry because then he'll start to pick her apart. And I'm just staring at him like, what the hell is wrong with you? You freaking weirdo. You know damn well she's hot. Or I'll show him someone, he's like, yeah, she is beautiful. Like that's like that top 1% beauty. I'm like, right? And I don't think she's wearing any filters either. Like, this is an actual, like, we'll just start talking about it and then we'll delve into another conversation. I'll show him guys too. And sometimes he'll show me, he's like, okay, this is the kind of guy I wouldn't let you around. And he'll show me a picture of a guy that's like really attractive. Or sometimes he'll show me girls too, and we it's not a big deal. Like, we're aware that we're each attracted to the opposite sex. And if I'm in public, there's been times where there's this girl in front of me and I'm looking. So I'm like, babe, look at the ass on that thing. And he's like, stop, because then I kind of spoke a little bit too loud. Oh God, I wonder if she heard me that one time. She kind of turned around. Oh, that was embarrassing. I hope she didn't. I live in a small town. That's gonna be freaking weird, bro. Anyway, but we share that with each other. If your girl is going to you and showing you another girl's picture so she can train you to lie about what you really feel, what is the point of that relationship? If she's that insecure, where she doesn't want you acknowledging upon her showing you the image that a woman is beautiful. Why even do that? I don't even understand what the point is. And as I said in the comment, even if she expects you to do that and is happy that you lied and said, nah, she's ugly, even though everybody, a blind man, can smell that that woman is pretty. What if she's shit testing you now to see if you're a liar? Like, why do some women want men that lie to them? That's weird. And then they get mad when the guy actually lies to them. Like, I literally don't understand. I cannot stand people. Like, this happens in politics too. I'm not going into politics, but I'm saying people fall for liars, like politicians, all the time because they can speak well or they say the words that people want to hear. But you also acknowledge that they're freaking liars, but you still are like, he's talking a way I like. What? You know he's lying. The guy, you know he's trying to get in your pants. Ooh, girl. Ooh, you pretty. Ooh, mamacita. Let me see. How you doing? You know he's lying. You know his mouth smells like human Tostitos. He just had a snack. You can smell her on him. And he is telling you, I don't cheat. I don't like, oh my God, honey. It's so weird. I've seen girls do it and it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Like, I don't take people like that seriously. And in the back of the mind now, the girl doesn't respect you because now she's training you to lie to her, but she's also training you to be an idiot. Like, yes, honey dear, of course I didn't see that woman. No, she's not pretty. You're the best, most beautiful, only woman that's beautiful in the whole wide world. Like, I cannot imagine being with someone like that. Now, where I will concede is if you're out with a person and you're gawking at another woman in front of her, it's very disrespectful to her. Because not only are you disrespecting her, but if the other woman or other people see you doing that, they're aware now that you don't value her or respect her. Now imagine if your girl did that to you when she's walking out with you and a guy who's way hotter than you walks by. She doesn't glance like normal people. She bends her neck in the other direction and is like, damn, Zaddy. And you're right behind. That's really disrespectful. How would you feel? Like, how would you feel? Now you're worried, right? So I don't think people should play those freaking games. Like, if you're a guy and your girlfriend is like, do you like this girl or does this girl look pretty? Tell her the truth. Yes. And if she gets mad at you, be like, what the fuck are you mad about? I chose you because I have eyes and I can see that you're pretty. Would you rather me not have that part of me work? You went with me knowing that I was attracted to pretty women because you are one of them. So did you think that that was just gonna turn off because we were together? Let me ask you something. You pull up on your phone a really hot guy or someone with a big meat sausage. Does that turn you on if she's all flushed in the face and like, no, I don't, and like, okay, shut the fuck up then. That's what I would be like. Like, stop allowing women to walk over you, bro. Be yourself. Like, be honest. If you cannot be honest, unless you're just trying to screw somebody just for the hell of it, but if you actually want a serious relationship with someone, you need to be able to trust them and they need to be able to trust you. If you have to spend your whole time lying to them to get by in the relationship, it's never gonna last. And I'm telling you this right now. She's going to cheat on you. She is going to fuck someone else. Her whittling you down and training you to be as docile as possible, she's going to make you into the type of guys that she friend zones, and you're going to stop being attracted to her, and she's going to go fuck the other guy that was like you when she met you. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, here's another good one. This is how you start an argument. I mean, there's ways to handle this, you know, because obviously it's a thing, but she comes out. Like, y'all are about to go out, and she comes out of her room, and she's, like, got an outfit on, and obviously, like, you're like, don't wear that. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now you started a problem, okay? When you say don't wear that, her feminist instincts are gonna kick in, and it's gonna be a fight. Maybe best way to...
It shouldn't be a fight. You know, an easy way to handle this would be like, okay. Have fun. Oh, you like what I'm wearing? Yeah. And then you go out there, fluff your dick up, do exactly the same thing. Just be like, all right, I'm going out. And when she sees what you're wearing and you're all thirst trappy or whatever, look, just go out. And when you're going out, this will drive a girl crazy. When you're going out, be like, babe, I'm running to the store, you know, whatever. Just dress so freaking nice. The way you don't normally dress for her, or you probably now dress a little bit down because now you're used to each other, right? She's dressing nice to go out and hang out with other people. You do the same. Comb your hair in a way that you've never combed it before. Have some cologne on that you don't normally wear around her. I know where this is going. You're like, you're trying to get me broken up with it doesn't matter because she's already broken that trust. And I'll tell you why. And if she has a problem, like, who are you getting dressed for? Where are you going? I'm just going out. okay, why is your hair all different? Why are you, what are you doing? She's gonna get all paranoid. And if she's all like, she's not gonna tell you take that off or whatever, but she's gonna get all paranoid, and you just tell her, don't worry about it. So long as we can't suggest to each other what makes the other person uncomfortable, right? So you can't say shit to me. Goodbye. And you leave. I swear to God, like if people would just cut through the bullshit half of the time, you'd all be so much happier. Girls wouldn't put up with it. They don't put up with it because they can get away with not putting up with it. But if you put your foot down and have the same standards that us women have, you'd be a lot happier. Otherwise, you can be a man and tell her, I'm not gonna tell you what to wear, but I'm telling you as your boyfriend or whoever, I don't feel comfortable with you going out dressed like that. Why? What's wrong with the way I'm dressing? And you explain to her why. And if she gets mad at you, all right, you're free to do whatever you want to do, but we can't be together anymore. You have to be also willing to walk away from the relationship. If the girl knows you're afraid to lose her, she's not going to care. Also, I also blame the men in this situation because he says the next thing here.
Handle this, right? Eat it for one day, okay? This is the, if you want it to be painless, eat it for one day, because just know that shit can lead to your relationship's downfall. You got to weigh out the options, and then maybe be like, hey, you know, I didn't really like when you were wearing that because of this, and then start putting on yourself. You know, it's like, I felt uncomfortable. See, that could flip on you too, because then the girls would be like, if you can't handle a bad bitch, don't have one, kind of thing. You know that.
Exactly. So the face he's making. Let's put, there you go. That's better. So he's right. Also, if you're going after a woman like that and that's how you got her, what's a nice way to say this? Okay, if this person that you met, you picked her up in booty shorts with her batty cheeks out, don't be surprised when she continues dressing like that, because that's how you found her, you know? It's like a girl meeting a guy that likes to go shirtless some places, like on the beach. Everyone goes shirtless on the beach, but wearing muscle shirts, things that are really tight everywhere. And then all of a sudden she's like, I don't want you wearing that anymore, even though she knows that's your whole MO when she met you. That's the kind of person that you got with, so you have to be okay with that. You chose that. Now, if it's a girl that's like, she has new friends and then she starts acting weird, like she's doing stuff that she didn't do when you were courting her, because girls change up a lot of the times too to get men, and then they act weird when they have other men around orbiting them. You tell her how you feel, and if she disrespects that, it's like, no, I basically don't care. Like, I can dress however I want. Turn it around on her and say, would you appreciate if I also put out thirst traps to other women? Because that's what you're doing. You're a walking thirst trap. Like, you didn't dress that way with me, but when you're away from me, now you're dressing like that in a way that is synonymous with a woman trying to get picked up. I'm dressing this way for me. No, the fuck you're not. I'm sick and tired of women saying that shit. You know why? Because when we're at home alone, ladies, are you dressing like that? No, you're fucking not. Stop lying. You know damn well why you're doing it. You're not doing it for other women. You're doing it to outdo women so you can get the attention of men. Stop capping. You know damn well. Because y'all up in there, in your house, in your freaking snuggie, with your sweatpants and no makeup on and your hair in a high messy bun. That is how you're dressing when you're not impressing anyone. Then when your boyfriend or some guy you like is coming over, all of a sudden, I gotta change my clothes, I gotta put on makeup, I gotta do, like, you know damn well, stop lying. So if you are going out, you're with somebody, guys aren't stupid, and you're dressing up super nice to go to a club and you're not going with your boyfriend, it's understandable for him to assume and deduce that you're doing it to impress other men. A lot of women still do that. They like the validation from other men, which is like, okay, if she's starting to search validation outside from you, something's missing. Something's missing. Somebody let themselves go, or she doesn't any longer respect you or is as attracted to you. And also, trust me, if a girl is really into you and you're like, baby, I don't like what you're wearing, she's gonna be like, ooh, you jealous, daddy? Yeah, I don't like that shit. I don't want anyone looking at you like that. You want to take it off, daddy, and dress me again? Trust me, I've been there, and my man has come up to me. He didn't ask. He didn't say, I don't like what you're wearing. I had a little bit of cleavage because my boobs were big. Not for long. But he came up, stood over me, took my top button, closed it up, kissed me, grabbed me by, do that thing that he does with the slight soft neck grab, pulls me and kisses me hard. Ooh, my God. That was like, that to me, that was him saying, you're mine. These are mine. I don't want anybody else looking at him. And I was like, damn. Oh, damn. Ooh. Like that turns me on. That, if I was in that relationship, I was like, don't tell me what to wear. Like, that means I'm not into you. And I wouldn't even be in that relationship in the first place.
That's a tough one, you know. Or if she comes out in a dress that she really likes, and you say, hey, maybe you should wear the other one actually. And obviously she'd be like, what, you don't like this one? Or like when you make a comment about her appearance, and I actually have no idea what I'm talking about. I mean, I have these issues with my girl, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that everyone has these problems. But I remember I had a girlfriend in high school, right? And I said one time, I think it's hot when you wear glasses. And then it turned into oh, so you don't like me when I'm not wearing glasses? So it turned into that kind of deal. You don't want.
Oh God. What kind of people are you dating, bro? Like, what? Sounds like a freaking nightmare, to be honest. It feels like you have to be walking on eggshells with people all the time. I dated one guy like that where he got angry over everything. Even people I wasn't talking, like, I didn't really talk to a lot of dudes, and then I had only guy friends growing up because I was a tomboy. I still consider myself a tomboy. Of course, I don't have any guy friends that I hang out IRL right now because, number one, my husband would kill me. Number two, I'm married, so it's like very inappropriate to have those type of guy friends where you go to their house and you play video games and wrestle, and I do miss that though. Until I found out, based on what my husband said, that apparently every single one of my guy friends wanted to fuck me. I had no idea. Now looking back at it, with a few of them also coming forward and admitting it, I was like, really? Like, the whole time I was actually your friend. I thought I was your homie, and this whole time you were thinking about dicking. That feels so sad. Like, people losing their shit over stuff like you complimenting them feels like an insecurity issue. I mean, if she said it lightheartedly, like, oh, so what, you mean you don't like me when I'm not wearing glasses? And she has a smile and she's obviously teasing you and you're like, no, I just mean you look cute either way, but seeing you with glasses is just like a new look. You look hot with glasses or something like that. Most normal functioning people who don't have mental issues are not going to blow their top when they hear that. So it just sounds like the people who you're choosing to date are kind of toxic or manipulative. That's just like disaster. If you're just having fun physically with them and you're not taking it seriously and you're like, I just want to bang this person and we're just having fun, I'm not planning on marrying them or putting a baby in them, then that's fine, I guess. You're just doing it as a casual thing. But if you're thinking about this for like the long term, think to yourself, guys, if you really want to do this for the rest of your life. Like, I dated someone who was a paraplegic. I knew when I dated him, I did not want to be with him for the rest of my life. We both had that conversation, and I said to him, look, you knew when I met you, I wasn't looking for a relationship, and you didn't tell me right away that you were paraplegic. And this isn't gonna work long term. Oh, it's okay, we're just having fun. Oh, okay. Okay, so in 2 years, when I'm ready to move, this is over, right? Yeah, that doesn't work sometimes, just FYI. They always end up falling in love with me for some reason, and then it gets really messy. Yeah, just be very clear. And also, when you're about to, like, when you're dating someone, of course, maybe guys won't do this unless they're introverts. Like, most of my introvert boyfriends, they were very clear about the stuff that they liked and didn't like. Well, most of the extrovert guys were more assertive in that regard. The introvert guys were more shy, but then they'd open up about it. And I never want to hurt them, but I also like somebody who knows what they want. If you're bending over backwards to try and please me because you're worried every moment that you're going to offend me, I don't trust you. Because that means that, number one, you can't protect me. You can't even stand up for your freaking self. So why would I be attracted to you? Why would I trust you with myself? You know? And secondly, it's built into women to not like guys that are super submissive unless that's your kink. You know, the maternal instinct that's built into most women, like I said? And guys act like children, meaning they're super submissive and always want your yes, master, yes, mistress. I will not upset you in any way, shape, or form. And, like, they're always worried about making you mad. They don't ever fight back. They don't ever say no. They don't ever say what bothers them. Nothing ever bothers them. Everything you do is completely beautiful. It's like they worship you. In their eyes, you are akin to a child. Someone who, like, they're babies. That's how their babies would treat their mothers. And something in their women's lizard brain tells them, this is a little baby that depends on me and sucks my titty milk. She doesn't look at it as, this is a man with a big dick that I'd like to get dicked down by. The disconnect is there. And so the attraction just falls. Or if they're a piece of shit, they'll pretend they like you and take advantage of you. And if you're just really low on your self-esteem, they'll still treat you like shit and still take advantage of you, and you'll keep doing it and giving them money or giving what they want without getting anything in return because you are desperate, and desperation looks bad on any person. I have like 2 friends that are like that, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for them, and I don't even talk to them as much anymore. Number one, the whole guy thing, you know, they wanted to fuck me as well. But then the other thing is, I literally felt like they were my friends. I had no feelings for them whatsoever. And now I hear like, oh, I want to tell you what's going on with me. You know, my girlfriend or my wife only sleeps with me once out of the year on my birthday, and I'm like, excuse me. What? She stays out late at night. I'm like, dude, she's cheating on you. Like, how do you not see this? No, she wouldn't do that. It's probably me. I'm like, you know what? I can't talk to you. Everything you try to tell them to help them, they're still stuck in that woman worship mode or desperation because they need a house or someone to stay with. And I care about the people who I call my friends, and seeing them being mistreated like that and them not standing up for themselves, I'm like, okay, so this is like torture porn then. You want me to basically sit here and watch you get your dick stomped on over and over again. I'm not gonna, no. And then I have that one friend that love him to pieces still. He's been friends with this girl. He comes over to her house to massage her feet, do her chores, gives her money. How many years has it been now? Like 7, I think. And she has a boyfriend. The boyfriend, the guy is low self-esteem. He thinks he looks ugly. He's very huge. I'm not gonna say anything else. Like, he could look better if he works on himself. He's a very sweet guy. Very sweet, very smart. Well, not in this regard. It is so bad to the point where when her boyfriend comes home and sees them together, the boyfriend's not even worried. He's like, oh, what's up, dude? Dude's massaging his girlfriend's feet. He's like, hey, what's up? It just goes, that's how low of a threat my friend poses. And then what would happen is that her boyfriend comes home, she's all worked up and she's teasing my friend. She's like, all right, bye. And then proceeds to get fucked by her boyfriend. Do you know how many conversations? And you do try for a while because we've been friends for so long. And I'm like, bro, what? You're working 3 jobs and you're giving them, and she's oh my god. Like, I physically feel ill just thinking about it. And I start to cut myself off from those people because it's like, you don't care enough about me as your friend to not respect the fact that you're causing me pain by you being so goddamn dumb. This is not even desperation. This is just, unless now looking back at it, he probably has a humiliation fetish. He probably gets off on that. That's the only thing I can, and then do people, I know I'm going off tangent here, but do people have humiliation fetishes because they have no choice but to continue getting humiliated? Like, is it because they can't get with anyone that they just cope and that becomes their kink because it's happened to them for so long that they become used to it and actually look forward to being humiliated? That is so depressing.
Oh, so you don't like me when I'm not wearing glasses? It turned into that kind of deal. You don't want that, because then you were trying to make a compliment and it flips on you. Oh, what? You don't like it when I wear these glasses? Recently my boy said that he told this girl who didn't have any colored leggings. He was like, yeah, I really like colored leggings. And then she was like, how do you know you like colored leggings? You're fucked now. Set yourself up.
Well, okay, in that situation, I can see. Yeah, have you been looking at a lot of girls with colored leggings, bro? And that's fine. As the girl, you guys, you should be honest and be like, yeah, I've seen it on other women and I wanted to see you wearing it. Now, depending on your relationship, that might be a deal breaker for you because it's like, okay, you checking out other women and then wanting me to dress like the women that you actually want? Nah, bro. Those feel like cheating words. But you could turn it back around on them and be like, okay, I really like 6-packs and guys that are 6'7", and he's not that, and see how he feels. I mean, that's a little bit more extreme because he can't change that, and leggings are something you can change. But the principle is there, like, okay, you want me to change so I can look like girls you're more attracted to or girls that you're attracted to. So why don't you get that surgery, or why don't you comb your hair and look like him? Like, you're just being cheeky when you do it, but that's kind of the same thing. So a more discreet way to do that is to buy her the clothes that you want to see her in. Or just be really upfront and honest and be like, look, I've seen a lot of girls, like, I see girls around wearing this stuff and it looks really cute on them. You want to try it out? Just come out with it. Just come out, and if the girl should, at this point, like, if she already knows the kind of person you are, she would already know by this point, or she'll break up with you, then it shouldn't be a secret. Just put yourself out there and let them know, this is all of who I am. Take me or leave me. And if you're a handsome guy, and then you have that confidence, you're fine because they will let more things slide for you. But if you're freaking ugly, then I can understand when you're going to be like, you're in your head, you're going to think, man, I don't have a lot of options as it is. So I'm desperate, which is in turn going to make you unattractive. It's like a catch-22. I say still be confident.
Another super obvious one. Are you on your period right now?
Just question. I know he's never gonna see this or answer it, but does it not hurt your eyeballs with your bangs being in your face? I remember when I used to have bangs, and I love them. I love bangs, but good lord, my eyes. There were times where my eyes would start to like ow because they're sticking in my eyes. They're like little spider legs or asses just crawling into your upper eyelid. Does it not bother you? The hairstyle's great, but I just don't. After wearing the bangs for a while, it's driving me crazy. Every time I see people with bangs this low, I always wonder, like, is it not annoying? Do you not have eyes? Do your eyes not have feelings?
I shouldn't even have to explain why this one is makes girls angry. So another good one is you're overreacting. Another really bad one. This is when your relationship is already chalked. Because if you're saying this, like you're fucking. This is like nailing the coffin. Oh, my ex never acted like this.
Yeah, that relationship is over. Dump. Your ex never acted like this? All right, why don't you go see him then? That's over.
Yeah, she's gonna leave you for sure. Like you don't have a girl anymore. Another one is you should dye your hair a different color. You know, just don't do that. You know, it's like it's kind of like saying like, oh, like I don't like how you look now, the kind of thing, and just avoid it, even if you're.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a guy being like, have you ever tried a hair dye? I wonder what you'd look like where, like, you know, with red hair. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think it's also healthy for girls to try out different looks to see what your guys respond to. You know, like be all artsy, and if you see him respond to something like, and I know like I could never get into freaking wigs. Like I tried that whole trend with the wigs thing, and I'm like, ugh, how do people wear this all day long? Like the itching, like it feels like I'm getting suffocated. But there are some girls that they have many different wigs. So they'll have red hair, blonde hair, floofy hair, whatever, just so they can have a different style. And that's fine. You could try different styles to see how he likes it and wear it for a day if your scalp can stomach it. But yeah, coming out and just being like, the way you say it, like if you're like, man, you'd look better with blonde hair. Those are fighting words. That's like, okay, so you don't like the fact that I am. Why are you with me then? Go fuck a blonde. Leave me alone.
You're trying to help. Oh, you have a female friend, right? And
Newsflash. Advice. Don't.
you're like, oh, she's like a sister to me.
Okay, so if you, same thing, you have a guy friend, be like, oh yeah, I have a guy friend here. Show him a picture of how hot this guy is. Make sure it's a really hot guy. Oh, he's like a brother to me. And by that time, if you're tit for tatting, the relationship's over. But if you have a female friend, no, that's a big no-no. Because girls can friend zone guys that they consider their friends. That's still dangerous, but girls can more so easily friend zone guys than guys can friend zone girls. Most of the time. I used to be of the camp, oh, girls and guys, why can't they be friends? Because that's how I felt until I grew a little older and I was like, oh. Most of the time, guys want to fuck their female friends. They've either jerked off to them, thought about it, or would take the opportunity if it arose. And they try to put it out their mind because they're like, nah, she just sees me as a friend. But be honest, your female friend that you have right now, you thought about fucking them. Unless they're like 500 pounds and looks like a dude and they're into freaking women. Like there's a certain, I'm not trying to be mean, but you've thought about it. Don't lie. So don't have them. Like that's just a recipe for disaster. Unless you have an open relationship and you and your girlfriend are very open about that and she also has male friends and you guys are like casually dating or something, then that's fine. But if you're in a serious relationship with someone, do not have female friends. And you should also hold her to the same and be like, well, I don't feel comfortable with you having close guy friends either. So if I can't have female friends, I don't expect you to have guy friends. You have a bunch of guy friends you're hanging around. Why should I be okay with that when you're not even okay with me having female friends? She'll probably hit you with the, well, because you're a guy and I know how guys are and they want to fuck everything. And that might be true, but her having other guy friends, especially if they're really, really good looking guys, and anything happens where you guys have a fight and she's talking with the other guy, I'm saying because I've been in this situation, I've never cheated, but I've been in the situation where I'm like, this relationship's over, or the guy's not treating me well, and I'm with my guy friend, and all of a sudden, the guy friend is super nice to you, and you start looking at him different because you realize, man, I forgot what it feels like to be treated well. Uh-oh. This guy friend that I had now that I literally innocently only saw as a friend is starting to smell real good. I'm starting to have a hankering for some sausage meat, if you know what I mean. And then you have to like run out of the situation and now distance yourself from that person because you don't want to hurt the person that you love, but you end up breaking up with them anyway because it's a toxic relationship and you're like, nah. So don't. And I think my husband told me about this skit by what is this guy called again? This fat black comedian. I can never remember his name until I'm not actually recording a video. But anyway, he's dead now, but he was super funny. Not Louis C.K. God damn it. I don't remember his name. I'll probably remember after. But he said that women had this thing called dicks in a jar, break in case of emergency. So she has all these guy friends in real life that she keeps around, friend zoned. So if anything happens to you, she knows exactly who she's going to next. Because the truth is, because women are more tied emotionally, on average, the best way for us to get over you is to get with somebody else. I know that after I break up with someone, especially like if they cheated on me for a while, I still love that person. I still feel it very heavily. And what really helps me get over it is when I start crushing on someone else. I'm like, oh my God, it's been 3 months and I still miss this person. Holy shit, that guy's hot. Oh my God. And then I start crushing on that guy and I'm like, ooh, that guy, the other person just flopped my head. That's what works for me. So yeah, that should be a standard that you all have. And if you do have a female friend, the sister thing is not going to work because the girl knows better. And even if you're innocent and you feel as though that woman's your sister, if that female friend is hanging around you a lot knowing you have a girlfriend, I can guarantee most of the time that female friend wants to fuck you.
Don't say that. If you have a Latina girlfriend, you know, just don't do it. If you have a Filipino girlfriend, dude, I don't know. I've never dated a Filipino. I'm Filipino, but I see how my cousins act when their boyfriends say some shit like that, and it doesn't really go well.
It doesn't go well with anybody. It doesn't go well with anybody unless you live in one of them tribes in Africa where the men have freaking 10 wives. Then if that's normal there. He has 10 wives. And I don't think he would need to even say that this woman is like his sister. He would bring home another woman and be like, all right, this is your sister now. You guys are going to share pregnancy gestations together. That's completely normal. But yeah, in our society, it doesn't work.
I think the last one's kind of like if your girl can't take a joke and you already know that, and you start making jokes that you know is like you meant as like lighthearted, but it turns into her like crying, and then you're saying, why are you crying? You know, and you say, why are you crying? It just gets worse. So these are fine lines you have to walk. Yeah, man.
Well, the joke thing, I recently had that happen to me. I didn't think I was one of those people, but it happened to me. My Achilles heel are jokes about puppies dying. Like, even when my husband's joking around, like, I'll initially start laughing and then I get the imagery in my head. Like, he'll say something like, oh no, you know, if you tickle her too much, you know, do you want this to happen to her? What if she dies? Or what if her legs break? And I'm just like, and now I have this imagery in my head of my beautiful little puppy, of that happening to her, and then I just start crying because I have a very vivid imagination. So now I'm imagining that stuff, and now it's a visual, and now I can't get it out my head, and I'm depressed. And he's like, I'm sorry, and I understand how annoying it must be, but the whole joking about my animals dying, that's a no-no for me. That's not a joke. Joking about you dying, that's not a joke. Like, if you're like, oh, well, you know, I never know. I might slip off a ladder and crack my neck. Now I'm going to start crying because now I have an imagery of my husband falling off a ladder and dying. I don't see how that's funny. Like, for me, I mean, maybe some people have morbid cure, but if your wife is you falling off the ladder and cracking your neck and like that should be concerning. You know, like, I would be concerned. Like, if she really cared about you, that she wouldn't find that funny, but different strokes for different fish. I don't know what the saying is, but yeah, that's I can don't take my advice, but from a girl's point of view, like, being completely honest, the best takeaway, which is also what I left in the comment, is don't date feminists unless they're level-headed, but most of the time you can avoid all of this if you just don't date them. I know feminists are gonna get so mad at me. You shouldn't be, though. You don't like men, right? I'm kidding. Maybe not. I don't know. Most of them feel like they don't. But if you're dating a radical feminist, I should say that. If you're dating a radical feminist, everything will offend them. And then the other thing I'm thinking of is, why would you risk it, especially in this time where if she gets mad at you, she can just say you hit her and now your life is over. Or she can say you did something to her that you didn't do that's much worse. And now your life is over and your reputation is ruined on top of it. And everyone is just going to believe her automatically. So yeah, maybe not date people like that. That's like the first bit of advice I would give when it comes to dating. Just saying, like, I'm a girl and that shit scares me. Like, I have nightmares. I used to dream about, oh, it'd be so cool if I were a guy. And then I think about now, and I'm wondering if I had the power to change into one. I think the only reason I would do that is so I can experience what it feels like to beat my meat. Like, I've always wanted to know what that feels like. because it looks so fun. Like, not fun, but okay, this is getting bad. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Probably a good idea.